one complete year, I sat idle at my place because I was depressed. I was highly depressed because that feeling of being a CEO was not out of my mind yet. I mean, it was not. I was not able to accept it that I have resigned or something so fabulous, which was such a fabulous part of my life, has came to an end. So I was not able to accept that reality. So it took me around 1 year. I mean, after seeing a lot of money in your life on a regular basis, there were even days during that 1 year when I hardly had 10 bucks in my pocket. Although I had my own savings, but if that is a saving, it has an expiry date. It will end somewhere. So apparently that savings also came to an end, and I had days as bad as when I would ask my parents for money, because I want to go out or something like that. And to be very honest, that 1 year I don't remember even going out somewhere. So I was actually depressed to that extent. There was no external motivation back then because I basically belong from a family where there is no existence of business. I mean, I'm the only one who has started or who has taken the initiative to get into business. My dad works with the Nationalized Bank and my mother works with LIC. That is again a government office. So I was always raised up in an environment where taking risk was not the priority. And on the contrary, I was always up for the same. I always wanted to try something new. I always wanted to take risk and see as if what I can do extra. Suddenly I was not doing anything, and after seeing so much success in your life, it was really difficult to accept particular things from around. But then I decided that sitting idle will kill my talent and skill further, and I didn't want to do that. During that phase of time, I was having very little money left with me, so making a new startup or a huge startup was not possible for me. Rather, I was not even having enough confidence, to go to some B-plan competition and pitch up an idea and start up, because I was actually depressed. So none of my ideas, for that duration of time, I believe that maybe, it was just an accident and I can't do it again. But then I started reading books, which was quite an old hobby of mine, and I boosted up myself again. I had a memory that 2 years back that person told me something about tiffin services, and by the time I was so desperate to do something, I decided that be it anything, now I want to do something. So you'll be surprised to know I started Shidori Foods as a tiffin venture. And initially I would go on my moped or even in my car, and I would deliver tiffins at the doorsteps. Now there is one thing which I surely want to mention. At times even this thing has happened, I would tie up my face and then I would go and deliver the tiffins, because that was something it was not accepted to me. But then you had to start again from somewhere, if you want to reach somewhere. So I took that decision that okay, that was me yesterday, now this is me today, and I have to do this today because I want to be somewhere tomorrow. So I took that decision, and I still remember that incident. I went to a customer's place, and I just knocked the door. I delivered the tiffin. I was still wearing the mask on my face, and he said, "Sir, Saket sir?" I was then I lowered the mask and I was, "Yes, how do you know me?" "Sir, I belong to your Bhandara team." So he was a sales representative working in my organization from Bhandara. And today I was at his doorstep delivering a 60 bucks tiffin to him. So that was, pretty heartbreaking at that time. But then I decided that it's okay. The first time I started my journey as an entrepreneur was also very feeble, was also very small. So why not to give it a next chance? So I continued this tiffin services for a duration of around 6 months, and I had more than 200 tiffins back then. So eventually I never had any experience. I mean, to be very frank, my mother would see me in surprise if she would spot me in kitchen. And suddenly I was into a business, where I have to be around kitchen, or I have to be around the groceries, or or the utensils and all that. So that was a completely different thing for me. But desire to do something was so bad, it was so terrific at that time, that I was ready to take whatever it comes to my way. So after running this tiffin business for around 6 months, somewhere I got an opportunity for a catering, and I went ahead with it. It was a catering of around some 200 people at some organization, and it went pretty well. Back then I had no, that full-fledged catering equipments and all that. But still, like somehow we managed it. That again gave me a confidence for Shidori that okay, so we can do this thing as well. And then apparently we started moving in the direction. Then there were several like opportunities to me, like filling the tenders and all of some corporate offices and all that. So I filed up certain tenders, and because my rates were competitive, so I got the projects as well. So right now, I'm serving into certain nationalized banks as a regular caterer, and apart from that, there are also certain IT companies to whom I serve morning and evening snacks and high tea and all that. And apart from that, Shidori Foods in today's date is a full-fledged catering business where we also take weddings and all that. And it's been only 2 years, and I'm really proud to say this, that last year in December I had managed a wedding of around 1,000 people, and that was the first wedding ever, and it went very successful. I mean, the client was more than happy. And so yeah, I mean, then somehow I started getting success in this business as well, and it gave me a vision again that okay, now I want to create a brand out of it. I want to have franchisee outlets. So I'm yet to reach there, but the ideas are still going around in my mind as if how can I convert it into a franchisee module. Very soon I'm coming up with a restaurant as well with the same brand name. So yes, after a journey from tiffin services to now opening up a restaurant maybe next month or so. So yes, I mean, this is what Shidori is all about.